About a few things. Oh, don't be shaking, 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 shaking. Okay. So I want to talk about a few things today. Um, Let me just answer this. The things that I want to talk about today, um, is especially when it has to do with like growth, faith, stepping out of your comfort zone, finding you, finding your niche, finding your thing, finding yourself, finding what makes you happy and stuff like that. So as of recently, I've been on this a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like my lips though. You see that she is shining. I made this myself. Okay, but I know you want to talk about it. I've, recently started school, yay me. And that was something that I have been putting off for so many, 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 many years, right? I've always said next semester, I got work to do, right? I gotta work, I gotta get to the job and all this other stuff. Like I got work to do. And then I would manifest it again, like, oh man, the next semester come around, manifesting me going back to school, next semester come, didn't do it, next semester didn't do it. So I finally just was like, if not now, then when? If I don't do it now, then I'm gonna constantly put it off and I'm not gonna wind up doing it. So I might as well do it while I can. So that's exactly what I did. So your girl's happy and I, it's the growth for me. Okay, it's the growth. It's the cutting off the limiting belief systems. And of course, we're always going to be working to heal ourselves. We're always going to be working to grow and to better ourselves and to expand ourselves, our minds, and just things that we want to do. We're always going to be trying to we're always going to be trying to go up and beyond and bigger and better than what we were or whatever the situation may be, right? So, like I said, it was all like the growth for me. I'm like, because at a point in time, I was just like, this is not it. Like, it's not it. I'm not happy doing this. I'm not happy doing that. And I was just basically talking to God, and I was just like, help me find that way. Help me find a way. Help me find my footing, my placement, my niche, my thing, my like where am I going? Like help me like see the path and get me there. And I always looked at it like Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie. And I've always said if you put me on the path, I will find the way because that's the path that I have to walk. And in the Wizard of Oz, if you notice, they gave her the direction to the path. They said follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And they was like, you have to stay on the path because if you venture off, we don't know what's going to happen to you. Like, I don't know where you're gonna go or whatever the situation may be. Like, just follow the road, and the road gonna lead you to where you gotta be. Or the road's gonna lead you to where you need to be, where you're trying to go. Okay, whatever. And that's what she did. So that's what I was just saying. I was just like, lead me to the path, and I have to find my way. Like of course obstacles and situation is going to pop up, but it's like once I get there, I know the destination. I know I gotta stay alert. I gotta stay, on guard. I gotta stay, with my eyes straight forward and not looking back and stuff like that. So, I was just like, what? Let me go to school. I was like, so I hit up one of the people from the colleges and whatever, and the lady hit me back. She was like, well, we're doing registrations on this day, and I was just like, I hit her up. I think on a Tuesday, and she was just like, "Yeah, we're doing registrations on Friday. So if you want to start school, then you know this is the time." And I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let me do it. So I did it, and then I wound up having to switch my whole, you know, availability at my job and stuff like that. And I feel like at first I was a little bit nervous because I haven't been to school in so long, and I'm like, I'm here, baby's gonna get a degree, and sometimes and it's gonna be worth it. Like it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So that's what I did. I'm happy because like I said, my thing was writing. I'm a writer by heart. I love to write. I totally forgot about like haikus and my teacher basically just tapped me back into that, and and so I think what I'm going to do is, like, I have some ideas in my mind, but I'm going to write. I'm going to email her and see if she's on board with something that we can do for the class when it comes to like writing and stuff like that. Um, and because I don't think that is good. I know that it's good. Like, I know it's fucking bomb. And even if she don't take it, I can email another teacher and say, hey, my teacher didn't want to do this for the class, so maybe you can do it for your class or whatever. So like I said, it came to a point in time where it was just like, if not now, when? Then I just got bored and tired of the same thing and not having, and trying to drive my life and trying to be the driver and always crashing into a wall. Now, it was like God was just like, you want to be the driver of this. I'm gonna let you drive it, but you're gonna crash into your wall. You're gonna crash and you're gonna burn like you previously did, years ago. But you're gonna bounce back because that's what you always do. Like, when you crash and you burn, you always bounce back. And I was just like, your baby girl always do bounce back. Like, so I was just like, you know what? I was like, I just need a detox. So I stopped watching some of the things that I used to watch. And I was like, this feels good. It feels amazing. So I stopped watching some of the things that I used to watch. And then I was just like, I need to change my eating, just for myself, because, I was feeling really sluggish and all this other type of stuff. So I was just like, I just need to, get me all the way back together and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I made a plan, and I just feel like I bought me some sticky notes too, because I'm going to write on them and then put them on the wall. So, I didn't really have a routine. I didn't have a daily routine. Like, I just got up and it was like, what's today? I don't know. Oh well, we're just gonna go. And it was like, me, I like to have things that I like to do. So it's like, I like to get up at this time and do this and do this and do that. Of course, I love the flexibility of my freedom and to be able to just be like, okay, what's today? Today's just gonna be a cute day. Let's just see where it takes us and stuff like that. But for most part of the day, for most of my days, I like to have, things in order, ifs, ands, or buts and stuff like that. And the sticky notes, they're so amazing because it's like, even though it's not like a timed routine, it's like, today do this, today do this, today do this. So then I can look at the things that I have on the wall and say, I'm gonna write, 2 stories today, and then after that, I'm gonna take me a nice little break for myself, and then I'm just gonna, probably drink one of my juices or make me one or eat a Lunchable, because your girl loves some Lunchables now, okay? Or I'm gonna just watch some vlogs, some beauty vlogs or something like that. Or, today I'm gonna go out. Today I'm gonna do this. Today I'm gonna go to the mall. Today I'm just different things and stuff like that. So, like I said, when it comes to growth and admitting where you need, to grow in certain areas, of course, it can be hard. If growth was easy, everybody would be growing. But a lot of people will never take that leap of faith, because that means that they gotta end things that they don't want to end. They gotta end toxic ways, toxic friendships, family dynamics. They gotta part ways from their kids, because maybe their kids can be pretty toxic to them. So they gotta part ways from their kids, their grown kids, and whatever. Or, they gotta up and move from a certain location and end this and stop this job and do that and stuff like that. So I came to a point where I was just like, what do I want to do in life? And, I came and, like I said, working is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Working is not for everybody. Like, I got tired of doing the same exact thing, getting up at a certain time, gotta get ready, gotta put on a uniform, gotta, you know, travel to work and work this job and deal with this and deal with these people and deal with these customers and all this other stuff. I was just like, I love my peace. I love my serenity. I love my personal space and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, like, baby, because I could tear it up, okay? I can be like I'm like the funniest person. Like, I could bust out some dance moves on the floor. I can make, I have so many personalities, baby. Probably Gemini me. So, and that's one thing that I love about me because I'm so diverse and I can pretty much connect with so many different people. But I've been hermit for so long. Like I said, I have decided to step outside of my comfort zone, dress a little differently, do things a little differently, switch things up a little bit more, because it's needed. It's growth is needed in life, and I feel like I've been stuck in this cycle of, I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a fuck, but I really do, but I don't. And it's like, it's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to be like, today I'm not okay. It's okay to be like, today, I'm just going to have a lazy day in the house. It's okay to be like, today I'm going to be hitting targets today. It's okay to be like, this job isn't for me, I'm out. Something is always going to be better, I'm not just saying that up and quit your job, but if it's something that, you feel deep down in your heart that you got to do, then baby, you got to do what you got to do, because you got to do what's going to make you happy. And at the end of the day, it is what it is, okay? So, like I said, especially for those who have, really toxic ways or love toxic relationships, friendships, and stuff like that, codependency, abandonment issues, like, you gotta grow from that. And, like I said, I had to learn to grow from mine. And I have to say, the last time I had a friend, like a best friend and stuff like that, was probably like in 2006. It was like 2006, baby. I'm 30. I'm 31. I was 16 at the time, and that was the last time I actually had like a best friend. I cut him off. I cut a lot of people off. Like, I just stopped talking to people because I was just like, it's not it. Like, he loved drama and all this other stuff, and me, I was not that person. Like, I did not like arguing. I still don't like arguing and drama and all this other stuff. It's like, it's so like, because with me growing up, especially being in school with a lot of petty females, y'all arguing and fighting and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, after y'all fight, y'all still got beef. So what's the point? Y'all fight and y'all still don't like each other. Y'all fight and y'all still got a problem with each other. So it's like, what's the whole entire point? So when it came to me, I was like, it was super pointless to me to argue with people. It was super pointless to me to just continue to go back and forth and to fight and to do all this other stuff. I was like, you know what, it doesn't make sense because you're trying to prove a point that you're not proving. It's like I don't understand it. And that was just my thing. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I've just became super quiet. I put myself in my bubble and stuff like that. And you know, like I said, when it comes to growth, we have to grow from the things that hinders us. We have to grow from the things that stop us. We have to grow from the things that we do to ourselves, the toxic or negative things that we do and say and think and feel about ourselves, because that's what we're manifesting in life. So if you feel like you ain't shit and all this other stuff, you're gonna run into a bunch of ain't shit people. If you have toxic ways in relationships, you're gonna run into somebody that's gonna give you that same energy right back. And you have to learn how to say, especially if you're a codependent person like me. When I was younger, of course, I had my episodes of codependency, and are they talking about me? Didn't want to, abandonment issues, didn't want to be left out and stuff like that. But then I had to come to a point where it was like, if you're gonna talk about me, you're gonna talk about me, and if you're gonna be my friend, you're gonna be my friend, and if you're not gonna be my friend, then you're not gonna be my friend. But at the end of the day, I can always cut you out and move on with my life. Like, you hold no, crazy space in in my life. It's like, whether you're a family member, you're a love interest, or you're a friend, it's like I can always X you out and move on with my life. So definitely going through that belief system, relationships and stuff like that. How do you act in relationship? How do you view yourself? And I had to come to a point where, especially when I used to work, most of the females that I work with, you know, I never understood why they didn't like me, because like half of them was people that I didn't even talk to. Like it was people that, and me, I pride myself on the person that I am because I'm proud to be who I am. And you know, and I remember just being me, crazy hair, Uggs, Vans, sweatpants, hoodies, nothing really feminine about me. Of course, sometimes I did come with my dresses and my cute little stuff like that, but I was so comfortable because I was like tomboy nation, And but one thing about me is like I had a personality, and I still do have this personality that most of everybody, like especially if you are, in my presence, face to face with me, I have this personality where no matter what, we can all either we're going to get along or we're not. And most of the people that I worked with, I connected with guys the most. Like I wasn't, coming on to them whatever the situation be, but it was just my personality. Like we could kick it, we could talk, we could crack jokes. I didn't take things personally, and and most of the females they had to, sexualize themselves. They have to come off sexual to the guys to get the guys to notice them. And me, it was just like cracking jokes and stuff like that. It was just like me just being just relaxed, and they like that. And that's what created a lot of problems with females and me. And it was like, well, it didn't create problems with me and the females, it created a problem with them and me, because they were the one that had the problem, not me. So it was like if they were in this competition with me. But one thing about me was I would always, like, especially if it was somebody that was like a friend to me and we were just cool, and I see that you're pushing up on them, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fall back because you're in this competition with me, and you're in this one way competition, and look at what you got to do to get somebody attention versus me just doing what I do to get, and I'm just getting natural attention. Like I'm just sitting here cracking jokes, you know, being one of the guys, and you got to be out here. Yeah, and it was, I laughed at it because it was like I didn't get it at the time. It was like, what's going on? Like, what is happening? So it was people that used to talk to me, and then over something they didn't talk to me, and I was just like, I mean, whatever the situation may be. So, who this? So I had to learn how to grow from that. And in a lot of things in my life. And like I said, I had to learn how to refine me because I was everywhere. I was all over the place. Like energetically, I was scattered. I was here, I was there, I was over here, I was there, I was back there, I was up there, I was down there. Like I was everywhere. Energetically, I was just like all over the place. And it might be a point in time where you could be at that point right now where energetically you're all over the place, or you've been all over the place and stuff like that. So you have to set up boundaries with people. You have to say, this is my boundaries. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. And of course, you're going to get people that's going to try to overstep those boundaries because they feel like they can do it because they do it to other people and they could get away with it. But you have to be firm on your boundaries, and you have to let people know, like, I'm not playing with your bullshit. Like, I will cut your ass out. Point blank, period. Like, I will cut your ass out. Like, I don't need you. Like, who are you to me, really? Like, get your shit together. And sometimes that's the only way people learn, unfortunately. Um, so, like I said, when it came to me, I was just like, I want to do more with a lot of things. So it was like, okay, I know I'm not going to work a job forever. So let me think of things that I really, really like that I can turn into a career. So I started going through all like my hobbies and things that I really like and stuff like that. So I narrowed it down to a few things. And then from there, I had to narrow it until I got to the one thing. And I was like, okay, this is what it's going to be. And and sometimes you gotta clear your space, you gotta clear your energy. Like I said, I've thrown things out of my room that I was just holding on to, but I really didn't need it, and it was just like holding space. So I tossed those things out, and now I'm just like I could breathe a little bit more. Removing, like I said, removing energy, perceptions, changing your mindset, believing in what you can do versus what you can't do. Like I said, you're always gonna have people that's going to be oppositions to you. You're always gonna have people that's going to oppose you. You're always gonna have people that's going to try to knock you down when you're trying to come up. And it's your job to say, you can knock me down all you want, but at the end of the day, you're going to be running into brick walls while I'm hopping over all these obstacles that you're tossing and you're throwing at me. Like, so at the end of the day, you're the one that's losing out, not me, because at the end of the day, I'm still winning. So, you can't allow, especially friends, family members, whoever you're in a relationship with, I don't give a damn who it is. Like, you have to be like, deuces. You know what I'm saying? Like, deuces. Like, we not here no more. Like, and um, unfortunately, it is what it is. Like, we are no longer here anymore, so I can't do things with you. It's like you're always here to knock me down, and you're not here to build me up. Like, especially when it comes to people that try to use you and stuff like that, they will always try to get you or to leech off of you when you're doing good. But when you're not doing good, you're the most horrible person in the world because you can't give them what they want at that. Ooh, child. You can't give them what they want at that current time. And it happens, Like I said, we all have people that like to leech and mooch and stuff and stuff like. Ooh, I really didn't notice that you know, we kind of match. Okay. And um, so yeah, like I said, you have to come to a point where you wanna do more for yourself. You want to experience more in life. If you want a penthouse, right? Let's say if you want a penthouse, that's your goal. You want this penthouse and all this other stuff. What are you gonna do to get that penthouse? Because you can't just sit there and manifest it and not do something to get it. You're not gonna get it working a 9 to 5 unless you're like a CEO, you got promoted to like CEO, and you're making that type of money, working a 9 to 5 to support it. It's like, what are you going to do to get that penthouse? You want to start a business? What kind of business are you going to start? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta show consistency in yourself. Like, you gotta step outside of your comfort zone and do things that you normally wouldn't do. Like, I know people that would never go on self dates or solo dates with themselves. I know people that would never do those type of things with themselves because they're codependent on the other energies of people being around them. And when I talk about it, I remember when I used to talk to this one guy, and he used to be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm going on a solo date." He was like, "Well, I'm not invited." I'm like, "Well, it's a self-love date. Like, it's for self." And he was like, "What about me?" And I'm like, "You're not invited. It's not for you. It's not about you at this moment. Like, it's not for you, and it's not about you. Like, back off." And at that time they couldn't understand it. Like, what? She's doing what? Like, I don't get it. Like, why is she this? Why is she that? And it's like, maybe it's not meant for you to get. Like, unfortunately, it's not meant for you to get. And I had to really come into that moment where I said, you know what, I gotta step outside of my comfort zone because I've been in this box for way too long. you know what am I going to do? So, like I said, stuff like this, you wouldn't see your girl in unless I'm in the house. Okay, if I'm in the house, we doing the damn thing. If I'm in the house, but if I was just outside, you wouldn't see, you wouldn't, but the girls are sitting, the girls is having a party today, and I just wanted to show them some love. And why not? They're here. They're gonna be here. What's the point of hiding them? Like, hey, let's have a party. So that's what I had to do for myself. Like, I had to learn how to hype myself up and be my own hype man and to be my own, gasser and be like, girl, I mean, you them things that you doing okay, like I had to learn how to be that person to like hype myself up. And I'm telling you, when you start to hype yourself up, especially when you're not feeling too good and you get dressed and you just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what we're gonna do. And you start to get in that mood, baby. I'm telling you, your whole mood's gonna change, baby. I changed my whole mood just by doing that, and I be fucking loving it. And like I said, you have to learn how to, be your own supporter, be your own best friend, but you have to learn how to take those leaps of faith and to know that what you do, you're doing because you love it. You have to learn how to take time out for yourself, go to the gym, eat a little bit healthier, read some books, paint, go bowling, spend time. If you like animals, go and take a day or 2 days and volunteer at like an animal shelter or something like that. Like, really get outside your zone and do more than what you're normally doing, because I feel like so many of us just condense ourselves into this box that we don't experiment. We don't go outside. We don't do what we used to do anymore. And a lot of people have let themselves go. A lot of people have really lost self-esteem and confidence in themselves and really just kind of let themselves go. And it's okay, because you have to, at the end of the day, you have to learn how to love yourself. You have to learn how to be okay and comfortable with yourself, and be by yourself and be one with yourself. Like, you have to learn how to do that, because you can't depend on the energy of somebody else to love you and to be around you and to boost you up and to be your hype man if you can't even be your own hype man. You understand what I'm saying? It's like so many people I see, it's like, oh, I want my guy gotta do this, my guy gotta do this, my guy gotta do that, and he gotta buy me a Birkin bag, and he gotta buy me this, and he gotta buy me that. And then I always come back with, well, if he do that for you, what do you want to do? Because sex ain't it. That's not enough. So if you think sex is it, baby, you better have the best wop and knock that. Woo! You better be somebody that's woo. I said, but that's not it. That's not it. Like, I've come into contact with females that's, I know what, I got kids, and I'm like, but you got kids. So what if you meet a guy and you really feeling him and he asks you if you got kids and you say yeah, and he goes, well, I don't do girls, I don't do females with kids, and you getting that same energy back. You get, but I'm like, y'all young. I'm gonna let y'all do. Like, I've been so mature for my age since, like, I remember when I was 16, people used to always think I was like 20. They used to be like, you gotta be like 20. You can't be a teenager. You're too mature. And I used to be like, I'm 16. They used to be like, nah, bro. Nah, I don't believe it. And I used to pull out my ID and they used to be like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I never met a 16-year-old that was like you. And I'm like, I'm just different, I guess. I mean, you know, and like I said, I've tried to be the driver of my life so many times and always crashed into the damn wall. Like, crash, like crashed and burned. But I've always risen back up. Like, that's one thing I could say about me. Like, no matter how hard I crash, I've always risen back up times 10. I've seen me I've seen the downfalls of when I don't listen, and the blessings of when I do listen. And I love it because everything is a learning lesson. Everything is a learning lesson. Like, I had to learn and unlearn and redo so many belief systems and ways that I felt about me, and grow and say, you know what, this is not of me. I'm beyond this. I'm more than this. I deserve more than this, and this and this and that. And that's where I'm at. Like I said, I used to always put off school. I stopped writing, and now I'm just like, I didn't have a set schedule of what I wanted to do with myself. So now I'm getting into a schedule of my day in and day out and stuff like that. Like, is it my thing to work at a job forever? No. No. I can't say how long I'm going to be there. And that's just that. It's just like going with the flow, and it's like, what do you want to do? And it's like, that's what you got to do. Like, you can't allow your limitations, whether, you know, if you rent in a room and your room is real, like my room is small. It's like you gotta make do with what you got until you can get what you need. Okay? Make do with what you got until you get where you gotta be. You know? And it's like you got to just start to have fun and to, like I said, relearn yourself, do things for yourself, do things with yourself, and everything will pretty much work out when it needs to, work out. Or that moment you just say, you know what, I don't know where I'm going, I'm just gonna take my hand off this wheel and I'm gonna let you drive it. And like I said, a lot of times when it comes, a lot of times growth, especially when in the healing process, sometimes we don't want to hear things that, you know, still ooches and ouches, things that we still got to heal, and it hurts to hear and stuff like that, but we must do it. um we must do it because that's how you're going to find yourself. When somebody's telling you something about yourself, or when somebody is just generally speaking to somebody else and you overhear the conversation and it touches you or punches you in a way, it resonates with you for a certain reason, and that reason is because you need to hear that message. You're not going to hear it from, you're not going to take that message from somebody else, but this stranger saying it to a whole nother stranger and you're resonating with it. Now you're hearing it, you're like, damn, that's me, dog. I do that same shit. Now, whether you take that and you use it to grow, that's on you. That is completely and all on you. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, and even with me, when it comes to growth, you know, like I said, it's stepping outside of my comfort zone with the way I dress, the way I treat myself, like my mindset, expanding my mindset, and knowing what I want and where I'm going and stuff like that, and just, you know, helping other people to notice their potential, whether they take the advice or not, whether they take the helping hand or not, that's on them. It's nothing that you can do. Like, if you give somebody advice on a business, if you give somebody advice on relationship, advice on fashion or something like that, and they want to, you know, they like, it's good. You did your job. You said what you said, and they didn't want to take it. Bump, 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 bump. You ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with you no more. That ain't got nothing to do with you no more. You know, it's it's the little things that counts, that makes growth, and having faith in your seeds that you plant so amazing. Like, if you are, let's say, if you are getting into wigs, right? Let's say you're not really a hairstylist. You don't really do hair. Hair's not your thing. But the moment you just say, you know what, I don't know where I don't know where it's going. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna have fun doing it, baby. Just imagine, before that, you wouldn't have even done it. You wouldn't have even touched that wig. You wouldn't even did none of that. But you're growing because you're believing in yourself and you're doing it, and then you're setting, you know, boundaries with yourself, and you're setting, you know, consistencies and schedule. You know, it's like you're just doing so much with yourself and for yourself, and you just hype yourself up. It feels so good, you know, when you know, buy, like I tell people, like, Skims are some of the most comfortable things that a woman can be. And I don't know for men, but I know for a woman. And just imagine those nights when you just have those self-care nights, or, you know, when you just want to be, you know, you just want to give yourself one of them nights where it's like, oh, baby, you go and you get your shower, you do your whole routine, you exfoliate, you know, you just do your whole shebang, right? And then you do your face, you know, whatever. I mean, if you're one of those people that at night you want to put on makeup, you want to be cute in the house or whatever, do your thing. But if you just want to cleanse your face and do your skincare routine and just put on some good perfume. Mmm. Put on some good lotion, some good perfume. Just kind of like rub yourself down, massage yourself. You know, really pamper yourself. Just really pamper yourself. And then You know, after you put on your perfume, you know, you get, and you know, whatever you do with your hair, I don't know what y'all do with your hair. Whatever you do with your hair, you do what you do. And then you go and you put on that nice, you know, that nice little wind down outfit, whether it's Skims, whether it's Fenty, whether it's something you bought from H&M, from Zara. I don't know where y'all shop, but baby, when you put on that feel good, you know, whether it's like a crop top, a bra leg, and some boy shorts or pin or whatever you do, but that outfit that just makes you feel like you ain't wearing nothing when you wearing something. For me, that's Skims. Okay, put on a nice little skimmy piece, baby. I be forgetting I got clothes on. Baby, be like clothes on. Okay, and you make you some dinner. You go, you get you a glass of wine or water or whatever the fuck you do. You know, your Hennessy, I don't know, whatever the fuck you drink. And you just take that time to just be with yourself and to have that time with yourself and to love on yourself and to give yourself that nourishment that you need. Like, baby, I'm telling you, that's a whole entire mood. That's a whole entire mood. Like, taking yourself out on breakfast dates, lunch dates, dinner dates, day trips, reorganizing your room, just doing things you never thought that you would do. Like, if you're a person that you get a lot of furniture, but you always pay somebody to fix your furniture up, do it yourself. Put your furniture together yourself. Paint your walls yourself. You know, do things for yourself, and I'm telling you, it's gonna feel so good because it's like you've grown out of this 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 energy of you always needing other people, and you're doing it yourself. Say what? You're doing it yourself. But it's the most amazing thing. Finding your talent, finding your niche, finding your mojo. Like, what is that thing that you love to do? What is that thing that your heart sings for? Like, go and do it. Like, go take painting classes. Go out to eat by yourself. Go out, I don't know, to a museum. Take a day trip somewhere. Like, go and do something for yourself, with yourself, by yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And you start to just attract so much. Like, I watched a lady on YouTube, and you know, she basically threw out her whole wardrobe. She was like, this is not how I want to dress. Like, I don't want to dress in the thotty clothes anymore. Like, I want to be sophisticated. I want to be elegant with some sex to it, but with some class mixed to it. And baby did it. And I'm proud of her. Baby did it. Baby did it. But it's all about how you feel about yourself, because if you allow yourself to feel like you ain't shit, you know, and all this negative stuff, that's how you're gonna come off to the world. That's how people want to perceive you. That's how you want to look. So when you start to look at yourself and say, you know what, today I think I want to do a bold eye and a sexy lip, go ahead and do it. Even if you going out to the damn post office, I don't give a damn. You know, even if you doing something by you, I don't give a damn. You going to IKEA, I don't give a damn. Go and do it for you. Go and do it for you. You want to work out, you want to exercise it. It's everything revolves around you. Growing and having faith in yourself. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing to come out of, you know, if you feel a certain type of way about your body. You got, a belly, you got some sorrow, some back fat, baby, love on you. Love on you. Love you down to the crevices of every nook and cranny. Love you down. Love you down. Don't expect somebody else to come and love you down, but love you down. Because once they know, like, damn, she love herself some her, or he love himself some him, you got it in a bag, baby, because you done did you done loved you all the way the fuck down, you know? And, it's like, it's exciting growing and stopping things and knowing your worth and knowing where you want to go and how you're going to get there and executing your steps and having faith and following the footsteps and the patterns and just knowing like I'm going to get there no matter what. Like if it's for me, it's going to be for me. If it's for me, I'm going to always get it no matter how I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it better than how I'm manifesting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it better how I'm manifesting it. Then, baby, you know that you got it in a bag. Like, you got this thing in a bag. And can't nobody take that from you. Of course, people want to kind of try to come and try to shoot you down. But they can't. They just can't. Because at the end of the day, you got it in a bag because it's you. And you know you. And you fuck with you the most. And you fuck with you the hardest. And that's just what it is. So that was just something that, I was just feeling because I was just like, I got to a point where I was just like, I'm doing the same thing and there's no results. So baby got to make some changes. Baby got to do some new things. So I bought a whole bunch of stuff and I just wound up pulling it out. And I'm like, you know what? We're going on a whole new adventure. Okay. Take yourself on a whole new adventure. I don't mean like like if you wind up taking yourself on a new adventure, then yeah. But I mean mentally take yourself on a new adventure. Take yourself on a new adventure when it comes to hobbies and talents. Like, do new things, go new places, try new foods, and don't cut corners. And that's another thing. Don't cut corners with yourself because that was something that I used to do a lot of cutting corners with myself and not really splurging on myself and giving me what I actually need. It was like, oh, I like that. That's what I need. I'm just gonna go find something cheaper and stuff like that. So when you start to cheap yourself and sell yourself short, then everything and everybody else will start to sell you short. But I'm telling you, the moment that you find yourself and the moment that you start saying, I'm not gonna sell myself short, I'm not gonna cut corners with myself, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, and I'm gonna get it, baby, I'm telling you, that energy is gonna boost up and shoot up. And even if you're working a 9 to 5, you go into that job and they say, oh yeah, so how much, do you expect to make? And I say, in New York, the minimum wage is 16, but certain places will do 18. Like, certain places will do like 18 or something, like 18, 19. And you say, 24, I know my worth. I know my job. I know what I can do, my abilities. And I'm a damn good ass person. Like once you get that in the bag and you get that confidence in the bag and you start to speak what you want, either they're gonna take that and say, you know what, we're gonna take this person, we're gonna do it, we're gonna give this person what it is, or they're gonna go, well, we don't, we will have to, no, we're not gonna, we have to see anything. It's either we got it or we don't. Like either you're gonna give me that 24 or you're not. Either you're gonna give me 24 an hour or you're not. It's no, we're gonna see. What are we seeing? You know what we can do. You know what we can do. You're trying to lowball me so I can lowball myself, and that's not what we're doing. So if this doesn't work out for you, if that caused me to be asked out of a job for a little bit more time, then baby, that's just giving me more time to find myself and find what I want to do. So you're actually doing me a favor. You're actually doing me a favor. You know what I'm saying? So, treat yourself. Don't splurge on unnecessary things, but don't cut corners when it comes to yourself. When it comes to, like, I used to feel so guilty. I remember one time I felt so bad when I bought me, it was like over $200 worth of skincare. It was from Fresh, and I remember I got it, and it was like 250 something hours, and I was like, And normally I would have been like, yeah, what can we take off? And I was just like, you know what, do it, baby, do it. I mean, that's some of the best products that I've used. Okay, so it's like, of course you want to be savvy and smart, but you don't want to be, foolish with it. But when it comes to you and your health and the betterment of you, then baby, you can't cut corners in that. You just simply can't cut corners when it comes to yourself, and that's point blank period. Mary had a little lamb. Like, and that's on Mary had a little lamb. You can't cut corners with yourself. So that was something that I used to do, and I was just like, what am I doing? I'm cutting corners with myself. Like, what am I doing? I'm not doing that no more. That's stupid. So I didn't. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna hide me because I'm a sexy piece. Like, I'm a sexy thing. Like, I'm a sexy goddess. You know, some people like calling themselves a sexy beast, and I'm like, okay, you are what you speak, but I am a sexy, unspeakable thing. Okay, with a lot to love and a lot to grab and a lot to cuddle. Okay, I mean, we're gonna cuddle, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna do what I think. But if you don't like it, then keep it pushing. Like you don't have to be here. I'm not forcing you to be here. I'm not asking you to be here. I'm giving you the option. But since you showed me that side, I'm not giving you nothing at all. So you gotta go. You know, and just hype it. Like I said, hype yourself up. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love what you do. Tap back into talents and hobbies that you haven't tapped into in so long, and just spend time with yourself. Okay. Dress a little cute. You know, I don't normally do jewelry, watches. But baby said, you know, she gonna be cute today. She gonna be cute today. That's what she said on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, so this is you know, something I just wanted to get on and say and whatever. You know, and I hope some of y'all take some of this juice and grind it up and digest it. And if you don't, you don't. I mean, it is basically what it is. Love on yourself, grow. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. Find you, find what you want. Don't lowball yourself to please anybody else. Don't lowball yourself. Like if they can't come up to your level, then baby, y'all just it ain't compatible. Okay, friendship, relationship, whatever. If they can't meet you halfway, if they can't meet you at your level, it ain't what it is. Okay. So that was just something that I wanted to say. Thank you guys for taking the time out to listen. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. And your girl is over and out.